I'm back. I'm back. Hold on, let me get control on untangle. Alright, there we go. What team? I don't know. That's what I need to see. But let's see. I want to do a. Alright, let's see. I got Odell Beckham. Get Sue. Cam Newton. We got Cam Newton at 67. Sheesh. think I'm about to sign. Oh, he injured? You say when you get back home, you're gonna rebuild this team. Yeah, it's kind of tough. Should have signed Odell Beckham. Oh, you not at home, DJ? I thought you was at home. Okay. DJ Hockey. Right. There we go.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his third season, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts got the green light as a starter from the Philly organization and took really good steps as the next in line of mobile quarterbacks in the city, following names like Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, and Randall Cunningham. He led the team in all quarterbacks in the NFL in rushing, and he took Philadelphia to the postseason while throwing for over 3,000 yards.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
They have three tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
11 yards is the gain on the keeper there, but now it's third down.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are out in the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get them to first. Another run with Sanders, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third and 12. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. They'll roll him out right.
Let's go.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Go off a handoff here to Swift. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on third. Gone. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
Oh.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. His throw incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Hurts. And once again, this is Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. On first down, Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. And just a yard to go here on second down. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a lion that's shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this week 1 contest. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. Here's Hurts to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
From the end zone, and all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things,
get a new quarterback. I'm trying, man.
Towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
An incomplete pass on first
I need a quarterback
down.
that can do
Second
something.
and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now a play fake, and it's gone. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A pickup of 24 to the third down conversion. Now a first down throw, gone. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Okay, no school Monday or Tuesday. For the Teacher's Day.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Coming in, he really likes his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Is that Devin Funches?
From the red zone now, gone. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Back to throw, gone. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Back to the running game with Swift. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift.
I don't think so, BJ. I don't think so.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. We'll remind you that coming up tonight,
give me a better quarterback though. Just watch.
Season, and how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys.
I'll get a better defensive line. All that.
Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year, and it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. On 2nd and 10, Hurts is caught. Smith. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And that is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Lions will take over. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Goff now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. The Goff and Williams hooking up there for Lions first.
It's nice to see Jamison Williams recover from his knee injury suffered in the college football playoff in 2022. And we already knew that his speed was some of the best in the game. And that's a big reason why Detroit traded up to pick him 12th overall. So earliest they've taken a receiver since 2007. That pick being Hall of Famer Calvin Johnson. Nice job there by Williams, using some of that speed there to pick up a first down. The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
I know they ain't about to hit me with no holding.
Going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Lions.
They're killing
So
me.
holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Finding space at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Goff. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start.
I like playing
at the
franchise.
25. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield. for a deeper route and then breaks it off. Usually after about 3 to 4 steps, it cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Eluding the pressure right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Here's Swift. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift with now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Lions are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
I hope they do play like this.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. In great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Birds a handoff to Sanders. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Bird sets up to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. The 20. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, 83 yards. And the Lions are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
I'm trying to have DeAndre Swift,
up and good. And they
MVP.
down to 25. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
I'm trying to have DeAndre Swift going crazy.
Set to take the field. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a
appreciate the anonymous cheer.
to be proud of here as they trail big.
Shout out to you. Even though I feel like it's Ja. I could be wrong.
The Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Come on.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Shout out to the anonymous cheer. Damn you. I already knew it. Appreciate you for being in here, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does anything.
Come on.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And the Lions going with an extra DB here up 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And he's going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Let's go.
And Hurts is intercepted. His 3rd of the game. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
Oh, man, that was a big one right there. Appreciate the 100 bits, Ja. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'm not mad at your team.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming out.
This clown.
Trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now a dump off here complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
What my team do to you, DJ?
Back to throw.
Give me that.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Tracy Walker.
This one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles.
You said
it's
me?
not only that they haven't been able to put the points up.
All my
really
people not at
stringing
99.
yards together has been a real issue for
I
them
wish.
this year.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them.
How do you see it? All my people trash. 72.
At least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's got Smith here. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Back to throw again. Open man has got us, the tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Hurts throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts being chased out left. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's tipped, but he's still got it. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right?
Hey. Over there, buddy. Let's play. Oh, you on Madden too?
It's week 2 of the National Football League.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His 3rd NFL team, Carson Wentz. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Wentz rolling to his left. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Wentz now on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 35. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Once more, Gibson. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. Throwing is Wentz. Open man is the tight end, John Bates. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal. And that's off the left upright, but it caroms right in. How about that? The kick is good. And the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. So put 3 on the board. A little bit of a hook on the driver that time. Looked a little bit like you, Charles, over on the 8th at Windermere.
You know me too well, partner. Except that he got his to hit a tree and kick back into the fairway.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. Oh, good return up past the 30. The 40. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. So they gave up the field goal, but boom, they get it right back. Don't even worry about getting their offense on the field. They'll return it on the kickoff.
So I see your 3 points.
And raise you.
And raise you 6. Double it up, coming right back at him. And if that's going to be the trade all game long, someone's going to be very happy with the end result.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. This time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 2nd and 7, Wentz. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. Wentz and Dotson, your connection there for the Commander first.
First down catch there by Jahan Dotson. You get the sense watching him that his ascent is only just beginning. More catches, yards, and touchdowns every year at Penn State and played his way into the first round. A tremendous athlete. He also runs routes with great intelligence.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
To Gibson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy, and that particular play just came from the outside.
The Winston, the Commanders, staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. They'll set up to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A tackle by Michael Brockers as he works his way through the tackle for loss.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd down and 12. And here's a give to Gibson. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now Wentz. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted.
At the 1-yard line.
At the 14-yard line. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion. Goff in this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Nice effort defensively there from Cole Holcomb.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took a straight
looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping the second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. This is caught. Touchdown.
I knew that was gone.
Jahan Dotson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Commanders have retaken the lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. take it in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Week 2 underway around the NFL. And a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener. The 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted.
Oh.
And the return stops.
Yeah, Goff is just throwing them bitches like.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. From the 36, Wentz. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there. It looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he had to hold down before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a foul. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
He's been throwing the ball up for grabs here early on. 2 passes, 2 interceptions. He'll try and rein things in a bit here as he starts again on 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Goff on 1st down. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. On the draw, Goff will give this to Swift. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Of course, remember last week number 1, quite the opener for him. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
He does not want to be a flash in the pan. He wants to have that type of a game each and every week. Let's see if he can get a 2nd award in week 2 of the season.
Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit 1st down. from the red zone now. Goff. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff.
Let's go.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air. And the Lions are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Extra point tried out for Patterson. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Here's Williams to return. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll head, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So here are the Lions to take over. They were victorious a week ago over Philadelphia. They lead here as well as they start out 1st and 10. Back to throw, Goff. It's complete to Williams. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Play action. It's Goff. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Here's Goff. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. On second down, Swift. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And quickly they get to the line. First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Once again, it's Swift. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Wentz bringing the Commanders out for 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Wentz going to throw. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion.
Back now at Ford Field. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game. And there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Here's Wentz to throw. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson, and he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. A bit of extra pressure now for this one on Joey Sly. This for a 4th quarter lead. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. And that'll keep this a 1-point game. So a chance there goes by the wayside. That one just didn't have enough leg to get there.
Yeah, and it would have given him a lead here in the 4th quarter. And those are the ones that keep you up at night when you don't have enough distance. I wonder if maybe did his foot hit the ground first? Did he not get enough of the ball? He's going to be thinking about that one.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. On second down, here's Goff. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 3 yards, all they can muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down, so you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to have the Lions first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on fourth down. Swift going to try up the middle. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And he's got room. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift. Dances by him. A solid stiff arm. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Here's Swift. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
He got 5 rushing touchdowns.
And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And close this out.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. So Wentz and the Commanders down 21-13, a minute 46 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw, Wentz. And this one too low. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Wentz is throw complete there to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Let's go.
And the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions have just about sewn up this football game. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. on the handoff. This is Swift. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
You said you and Jalen Hurts will be fighting.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 180 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game that breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Okay. That was a good game. All right. Well, I'm about to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm tired. I'm about to finish eating the rest of this food. So shout out to everybody that tuned in. Shout out to Josh. Shout out to DJ. Shout out to everybody that tuned in today. It was pretty cool. Finally got to play some franchise. Pretty cool. I like franchise. So I will holler at y'all tomorrow, man. DJ, peace out. Have a good one. See you tomorrow, man. Peace.